Okay, we're starting out with the plan laid out 45 degrees to the parallel bar. And we've got a position where the plan is in view. We've got a point where we set where the plan is in view of 60 degrees. Pick a point. That's where your eye is going to be. Okay? And it's got to be 60 degrees. Then you pick a point on your plan, which is going to be the closest point to you in the drawing. And we're going to draw a line horizontally. That's called the picture plane. Okay, the picture plane is where everything is to scale. And then you're going to follow that line down to our station point, which is where your eye is. And as you can see from the station point, the floor plan is laid out 60 degrees on either side. 60 degrees, so there's a 60, well, total 30 degree on either side. 60 degree angle, and it's encompassed within the view. Where that point meets that horizontal line you drew from the corner of the building is called our station point. This is the station point. This is where your eye is going to be. Next, we're going to draw a line through the station point, a horizontal line. This line is called the horizon line. This is where in the distance the ground will meet the sky. It's called the horizon line. It'll kind of be the center of your drawing. Once you have this laid out, we're going to start. As you can see that the floor plan is laid out at 45 degrees. So you take the same degree, the same angle that you chose. In this case I chose 45 degree. From the station point, a 45 degree angle out until it hits the picture plane on either side. And I chose 45 here. In this case, if you chose 30 and 60, they just need to add up to 90. You would just whatever side the angle is on for the drawing is the same angle you would use for these drafting lines. Once you have those points meeting the picture plane, you project down, and where that line meets your horizon line, that is the vanishing point. And I'll move this over so you can see the two vanishing points. Once we have that settled, the next thing we're going to do is locate a wall that is to scale. And so we're going to measure our elevation here. And we know that since this is the second floor height is 11 feet. Is 11 feet. At that point, that second floor is 11 feet high. So we're going to split the difference so that our horizon line is in the middle. We're going to go up 5.5 feet, and we're going to go down 5.5 feet. And then we'll draw a dark line. This line, we'll erase the eye here a little bit so you can see a little more clearly. This line right here is the only line that's going to be to scale. Okay, anything along that line. So that's going to be 11 feet. Much like we did with the obliques, what you will want to do now is basically create a box. So we'll look, a box going, and the box going to the left, connecting it to the vanishing point on either side, and you can see, much like we did with the obliques, you can start to create a box. I find the other corner of that east-west wall. I find the other corner of it, and I'm going to project straight down with a horizontal line. And where that line meets my drafting lines connecting to the vanishing point is the edge of that box. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Because it's farther away, it's going to be diminishing. So we'll draw down, and you can see that that is then the edge on the right side. And because it's far away, it's going to start diminishing down. The next step then, now that we've got our vanishing point settled, now we can go and locate all the other points. So you know that this is the edge then of that south wall of that box, and if you wherever that line meets the vanishing lines, drafting lines, you can see that we're creating this box that you're viewing at an angle. And now we're going to create this wall. We're going to find all the other points. So here we can actually project down. And this is how we will locate our windows on this west elevation. With drafting lines going down, just like we did with the obliques. You will locate those drafting lines. With drafting lines, you will locate the windows all the way until we get to the corner. This is, of course, the second floor. Then we will take our elevation and we will draw lines where the second floor starts and the third floor starts. And you can see based on that the windows on the second floor here are almost aligned with the top. So you're going to measure up, they're 3 feet up from the bottom. So we're going to measure up 3 feet on the line where it's to scale, and we're going to connect to the vanishing point. And where that line intersects your window drafting lines, that's the bottom of the window. And since the window lines up with the top, we're going to connect the top. And that's the top of the windows. And now we can go through and just darken up where that vanishing line point meets the window drafting lines, and you can see that you can start to make out the windows. And now we are going to fill in the sides of the windows, and of course this will relate to the windows in the plan. We'll come in and fill these in so you can see where the windows are. We're going to locate the window on the south side by projecting down. And I know that the window, the bottom of the window is the same, but we can also scale it. It's 3 feet off the ground. So we can measure 3 feet off the ground is going to be about right there. And I'm going to connect that point to my vanishing point with a drafting line. And then we know that the top of the window, that's the bottom of the window. And we're going to project our lines up, and where that meets the top line of the vanishing point, that's where the top of the window is. So now we have that window right there. The bottom of the windows, the bottom layer of windows, we're going to scale the mullions. They're a little different, but for the purposes of now, I can tell you that the mullion is about 2 feet. So we go to the line, the only line that's scalable, the only line. We go down 2, we take that point and we connect it to our vanishing point. And where that line intersects the windows is where you have the mullions. And we do the same on the south window. There's mullions there. There's actually a vertical one, so we'll project down where I'm pointing to the tiny little dot that's the mullion on the window. We project down and we'll fill those in. So if you look at the elevation, you can see that there are some lines there and we're representing them there as well. And then if we come down 2 feet and again connect to our vanishing point, where that breaks through the window is where the mullion is. And then we'll erase the little drafting lines from the mullions above, and you'll have a window that looks like what's on the elevation. And so far, this is what you get. We've created this box, and now we're going to do the next one.